Hello everyone, it's Dr. Sino again. I want to thank everyone for asking me excellent questions regarding the COVID-19 because there's a lot of repeat questions that I think are on all of our minds that I would like to share with you to just demystify some of those questions. Now, if you are feeling fear and anxiety regarding COVID-19 and this whole global shutdown, don't worry, it's very normal. We're all feeling this. But it's really up to you to get the correct information and to act on this information to decrease your fear and anxiety. Now, that's the reason why I've been doing all this research, scientific-based research. What is the science telling us regarding COVID-19 and what are the safe practices that we could do to help decrease infections and protect our loved ones? I'm doing this for myself, for my loved ones, and I'm doing this also for you. So please check out those videos, and if you have any questions, it would be a true pleasure to answer some of those questions. Now let's dive deep in and answer the first question that's on a lot of people's minds and probably on all of our minds. When is business going to go back to normal? When are we going to have our lives back to where it was before this whole crisis? Now, I don't have a really crystal ball or a magic type of premonition, but if you do look at the stats and the global trends, we do know that the COVID-19 crisis did happen as an epidemic in East Asia. And if we look at what's happening in China, they are going back to normalcy, I should say, or normal life, basically now in March and April. So it took them around 4 months since November to go back to normal. But just don't forget that China, they did an amazing job with social distancing and quarantine as opposed to other areas in the world. And if you are living in these other areas in the world and you know which these areas are, it's probably going to go a little bit longer duration for you. Here in Canada, this kind of started basically in March. So we're looking at the beginning of summer for normalcy if we do stick to this social distancing and washing our hands, because if we don't respect this is going to be just prolonged, and this is going to make a lot of people suffer, a lot of businesses suffer. So do your part and social distance and wash your hands as much as you can. Question number 2 is, if I have the virus, the COVID-19, am I likely to get it again? So there's no data regarding people being infected, healing from it, and getting the infection again. Generally speaking, if you do get COVID-19, you are protected. However, just like any other influenza or flu virus, coronavirus is a type of virus that can mutate. And if it does mutate, then you may get it again. So this could become a seasonal thing. This could happen on a yearly basis. And that's why a vaccine is very important. And there's a lot of people around the world have been joining these great minds together to get us a vaccine. For those people that are against vaccines, just think of it this way. If there was a vaccine for coronavirus, the corona SARS-2 virus or the COVID-19 virus, all this would not have happened. All these deaths would not have happened. I am for vaccines. Everyone should be for vaccines. Any information against vaccines is fake. I want to repeat this. The data against vaccines has been faked and has been retracted by the scientific community back in the 70s. So please be for vaccines. Another question is, if I do get the coronavirus or the COVID-19, what are the signs and symptoms, and when should I get tested? So basically the signs and symptoms are a dry cough and high fevers. And if these fevers are not getting better, and if you're feeling sick and you can't eat or drink, that's when you should go seek medical help. If you're a young, healthy person and you just have some flu-like or cold-like symptoms, then you could just stay at home and you don't need to actually expose yourself to other people and expose other people to yourself. But if you do leave, do protect other people around you, be courteous and wear a mask. Make sure you wash your hands as much as you can. Now, I have also some questions regarding people visiting each other, especially, for instance, a boyfriend or girlfriend not living with one another. Should they see each other? Now, I really want you to use your judgment here. If you are living with anyone, or if you are a person with high risk, do try to avoid other people and social distance, keep that 2 meter away. I'm also getting questions regarding divorced families, people that are separated and they have kids. Should the kids go from the dad to the mom and back to the dad? Now, this again, use your common judgment. If everyone's practicing safe behavior, social distancing as much as you can, washing hands as much as you can, working from home, then by all means, I don't see you forbidding kids from seeing their mom versus seeing their dad. If you are doing perhaps a 2 days, 3 day schedule, maybe do it a 1 week schedule just to avoid back and forth type of travel. Other questions regarding the COVID-19 are, would vinegar help disinfect? Because a lot of people in 2019, 2020 like more natural products. Now it's 70% alcohol that's really good in attacking or killing 99.9% of germs. Vinegar doesn't do that, unfortunately. Hand washing does. So there are a lot of natural hand soaps out there. So if you do wash your hands as much as you can, if you want to avoid those chemicals, that's one way to help avoid the virus. Can you make your own N95 mask? I already made another video regarding this. There has been one study published in the Journal of Medical Virology showing that if you use 4-ply kitchen paper, it may help decrease the aerosolization transmission through that. But just remember that you're not really getting a good seal. So you're not really doing an N95 mask. So I would say no, you cannot make your own mask, N95 mask, which is the one that actually does 99.9% reduction of aerosolized viral load. Now, how about blow dryer into your nose? There has been studies showing that the virus can die at 56 degrees Celsius. Now, if you put a hair dryer and warm up your nose or your nasopharynx, and theoretically increase the temperatures to 56 degrees by breathing in steam or whatever it is, theoretically you could kill the virus. Now, my answer is no. There's no really studies on this. However, the virus is not there in your nose just waiting to be warmed up. Your virus is in the cells. It's deep into your respiratory tract. We're actually seeing it deep inside, and that's one of the problems and why this virus is a human killer. It really goes in there deep and waits there for almost 2 weeks until it shows signs for a lot of people. So don't put any blow dryer into your nose. You don't have to breathe in steam. It's probably not going to help. What is going to help, and this is obvious, but sometimes the obvious people don't do, social distance and wash your hands as much as you can. I'm going to talk more about washing hands very soon because I heard a very cute story about someone who went to the supermarket and how what they did and how they did not protect themselves. Now, how about microwaving our mail? So yes, heat will kill the virus, and in theory, microwave can kill the virus, but you could also cause fire. So you're putting yourself more in danger. We know the virus can last on cardboard or paper up to 24 hours. So when I get my mail, what I do is basically I take it, put it on a desk, I wait 24 hours, I open it 24 hours later, remove the paper, and wash my hands right after I read my mail. After 24 hours, probably the virus is dead. So don't microwave your mail. How about lemons? Do lemons kill COVID-19? How about gargling salt water? So lemons have a high vitamin C level. So definitely we know that vitamin C will boost your immune system. Is it going to kill the virus? No. Is it going to help your immune system? Yes. So do try to eat as much of healthy food as you can, not just when you're sick, because that's what I see some people when they catch a cold or they have the flu, they stock up on their ginger intake, on their lemon intake, on their honey intake, all these home remedies, which can work, but it's more of a long duration of intaking these vitamins and minerals that are essential to boost your immunity, as opposed to taking it in high doses in the short term. A lot of studies show that high vitamin C, 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, can increase your immune system, but some studies showed the opposite, that it doesn't really increase it. So my suggestion is you don't really have to take the pills or the supplements as long as you're eating a good, healthy diet that does involve these juicy, high vitamin type of foods. And I did some other videos regarding this. shared custody. If you have shared custody with kids, what do you do? Do you have to keep your kids on one family member or the other? Now, this is really dependent on your kind of situation, but kids do need both their parents. And if you do it in a correct way, in the right way, making sure that everyone's washing their hands during the transfers, it's not that bad for us all to actually be outside and get some fresh air. So the transfers should be safe as long as you're cleaning your hands before you touch your face. Smoking, vaping, whether you do it yourself, whether you're doing it secondhand. Now, 100%, there's lots of studies showing how smoking is not good for you. And even vaping is not good for you. Yes, vaping is not as bad as cigarettes when it comes to chemicals, but vaping is not good either when it comes to the health of your lungs. And we do know that COVID-19 is targeting those people that have comorbidities, like other diseases or illnesses, including lung disease. And you know what? Smoking, vaping, tobacco or marijuana will cause your lungs to be weaker. And if your lungs are weaker, they're not going to be able to fight off infections as easily, especially when you have mucosa and the mucus that's stuck deep down in your deep alveoli, which we know that the virus likes being there. Secondhand smoke. Do avoid secondhand smoke as much as you can. Don't have someone smoke with you in the car or any confined space or home. Have them outside and definitely try to get them to stop smoking. I know it's very hard for a lot of people. If you are outside and someone's smoking, is that going to cause you to be a weak immune system or weak lungs to get the COVID-19? Unlikely. If it's a one-time event, try to keep the 2-meter distance. And if you're in open space, it should be fine. So I hope that kind of helps. I talked more about antibiotics. I got a lot of questions about antibiotics. There's another video that I made about that. If you have any more questions, please ask me. It would be a pleasure to answer some of those questions. We're all in this together. The most important thing for now is really help social distance yourself. Wash your hands as much as you can. When you wash your hands, because I hear this a lot, people are getting dry hands and they're getting cracking in their skin. Make sure you're also hydrating with good hydrating cream after you wash your hands, because you don't want to get cracks, because viruses and bacteria can go through the cracks. We don't think that COVID-19 can go through those skin cracks. We think that COVID-19 is going through the upper respiratory tract infection, but definitely do keep yourself hydrated, your skin hydrated, because we do know that the innate immune system, the first line defense, guess what, is the biggest organ in your body, and that's your skin. Keep your skin healthy, eat well, be safe, be well, be as happy as you can be, and be kind to everyone around you. We're all in this together. Be strong.